Good morning, photography class. This is Mr. McCarthy. As you can tell by now, I am not at school today. So what I'm doing here is I'm going to walk you through the InDesign activity that we started last week, so that we can all gain a little bit more practice, and for some of you it's a full introduction. Okay, this is where I left off last week, and you know what I think I'm going to do? I'm just going to start over, and I'm just going to start at the top here and work my way down. And so what I'm going to ask you to do is just go ahead and follow along. You can stop the video, start the video as you see fit. But once I move all the way through, I'm going to ask that you, on your own without the video, go ahead and re-perform these steps in an effort to learn the basics of InDesign. All right, so let's get started. Okay, I'm going to just erase these elements here. This is my move or my selection tool. Sometimes I refer to it as a move tool. I'm going to select everything and I'm going to hit delete on my keyboard. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create a text box. So I'm going to go to the T here and I'm going to go ahead and type my last name. And there it is. And I'm going to change my font to one I like. Big Noodle is my font for today. Now with font selected, I can go ahead and I can adjust my font size up here. Okay, so following, I'm in my second section here, so I'm going to go ahead, and just leave this up here. And it says draw box. So I will go to this tool here, the rectangle tool, and I will go ahead and draw a box. There it is. Here's the outline of the box, and we can see that black outline here, and there is no fill. Here it tells me to fill with the default color, so I'm going to go up here. I'm just going to choose this blue, and then it tells me to undo that color. So I'm going to go to my keyboard, just as it says here. I'm going to do Command Z, which is undo, and we're going backwards. Okay, so I undid the blue. Now I'm going to come back up here and change to a different color, so I'll go with the green this time. It says create a stroke weight around the box. I already have a stroke weight on the box, so I'm going to skip that. It does say change it to a colored stroke. So with the box selected, I'm going to come up here and change my stroke color to red. Here it says change the weight to 10 pixels. So I'm going to go ahead, select from here, and I'm going to go all the way up to 10. Ooh, looking gorgeous. All right, and it says remove the stroke weight. So then I'm going to come back up here, take it off. Okay. Place last name on top of box. So I'm going to grab my name, put it on top, and again we see, as we did last week, that I didn't put it on top of the box like I hoped it would. It's because I created my last name first. It's on the first layer. The things that I create afterwards are layers that go on top. To change that, I'm going to go to right click, arrange, bring to front. Again, I have to have my last name selected. I'm going to go arrange, bring to front, and there it is. Okay, that's really a key element for InDesign, is this arrange, send to back, bring to front, etc. All right, so that's it front. I'm going to change my text color to white. Okay, there it is. Change size of name using select tool, not the drop down font. So we used the drop down font right here already. This time we're going to use the select tool. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and select it. There's my name selected. I'm holding down the Shift and Command keys. Very important, Shift and Command keys. Okay, and as I do that, I'm pulling that corner. Okay, Shift and Command keys or it won't work. There is my name. Okay, and I selected both. I'm just going to go ahead and move that up to the top now. So it says place a photo full size. So I'm going to go Command D. Here's my InDesign practice. There's my photo. Full size would mean I just click. So I click, and as you can see, very large photo, too large for my liking. Okay, so I'm going to do Command Z, Command Z, Command Z, and there it is. It's back to the point where it's loaded in my cursor here. Okay, so this time I'm just going to draw a box with it, and that's the size of my image. Okay, it says place a stroke weight around your photo, so I'm going to select my photo and I'm going to go to stroke weight, blue stroke weight. You can barely see it. I'm going to zoom in, Command plus, so that I can see that stroke weight. Good. And then I'm going to resize the photo. I'm going to resize the photo just like I did with my name. But one thing I want to point out here is when I hover over the photo, I get this circle in the middle. If I were to click that, notice that this hand stays put, and if I move with the hand, I'm moving the contents of the frame, but I'm not moving the frame itself. So I'm going to do Command Z. I'm going to click off. And instead of clicking the circle in the middle, I'm going to click towards the outside here. Now I can move the box around with a blue outline. Okay, so I'm going to do that. And I am going to change the size. I'm going to resize the image. So there I am resizing it. Okay, again, I'm holding the Command and Shift key down when I do that. When I do this resize, just like I did my last name. Okay, so we're on our, looks like our fourth section here, copy and paste photo. So if I select it, Command C is copy, Command V is paste. Okay, so quick way to copy. And then what it says is, where are we? Flip one of those two photos horizontally. So I'm going to flip this photo by just pulling that box over, and then I'm going to bring this back. I've got a lot of negative space here, this black space. So for me, I'm just going to bring that together. And I'm going to delete that one. Command C, Command V. I'll flip this back so that they're both the same size. It says place the two together side by side, touching, group photos, resize group photos. Before I do that, I am going to turn off my stroke weight. Now I'm going to go ahead and put those two together. Let's see, group the photos. So I selected both of them. Right click, group. There it is. And then resize. So let's go ahead and resize. Again, I'm holding the Command Shift key down and I'm resizing. So what I want you to notice is I'm resizing these two together. They're grouped. They move together. And you may be asking yourself, what's up with this blue line? I want to get rid of that. Well, the truth of the matter is, it's not actually there. Okay? So that's a guide that helps you when you're designing your pages, but it won't be there when we print. Okay? Copy and paste group photos. Flip one of these photos vertically. So this is asking us to copy and paste the group photo. So I'm going to Command C, Command V. Okay, there we've pasted or copied and pasted. Now I'm going to flip vertically. So I'm just going to pull this down. There are my images there. I'll bring this right back to where it hugs. Okay, there are my images there. And I'm going to group these four. There they are, moving together. And I'm going to go ahead and resize those group photos. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to resize them to the size of my name box here. I'm going to ask you to do the same thing. So whatever the size of your name box is, go ahead and resize your 4 photos, your 4 group photos to that. And then how about this last thing? We're going to group all of that together. And we're going to put that right smack dab in the middle. There it is. And if I were to print this masterpiece, that's what it would look like. Okay? So what we have just done is we have followed the directions all the way down here. Okay? If you have followed along with your own, awesome. What I'm going to ask you to do now is to delete this. And then without this video, I'm going to ask that you follow these directions and recreate what we've just deleted. Okay, the goal here is to begin learning the interface of InDesign and learning how to place and manipulate both text, graphic, and photo objects. Okay. Many of you were able to take photos of the water rockets last week. We're going to take a look at those in class tomorrow. But for today, if you would stick to this assignment, see if you can get that finished by the end of today's traditional class, that will be great. Alrighty, this is Mr. McCarthy signing off.